Good afternoon, family. Sorry I started late. I have to post some stuff up here, make sure it's go through. In the description box, I'll post it. I posted 2 stories. The first story is about this top diplomat. They're talking about the Ukraine thing. I will explain it. And also, I post another story that they hit in true that this USA do not want to talk about. How the white nationalists trying to take over the government, and this back in the 1860s. Matter of fact, in North Carolina. So we're going to wait for some more people to come in, and we're going to talk about this. This is very, very, very important. It's got something to do with politics. I was going to do like part 7, but I said, nah, we'll roll with this. So we'll wait for some more people to come in. And glad everybody's doing all right. Just wait for some more people to come in. Thanks for coming. Very important, family. Very important. In fact, while I'm waiting, wait for some more people to come in. I'll be right back. Still waiting some more people to come in so we can talk about this. Let's see. I'll be right here waiting. All right, here. I'll be right back. Just come up here. I'll be right back. How you doing, family? I'm back. Post another. I post another story in here. Also, I had two in the description box, so I'm waiting for some more people to come in so we can talk about this. Waiting for some more people to come in. Yeah, waiting for some more people to come in. Waiting for some more people to come in. Scrapbook boxing. What's good, brother? Thanks for coming. Very much appreciate it. Trying to get some more people to come through. But we gotta talk about this. This is very important. It got something to do of national security, and our community could be in danger. And I will explain all this in a few. So wait for some more people to come through. So how you feel today, my brother? I hope everything's all right. Everything's all right. Trying to wait some more people to come through. I know YouTube is very slow. So you're waiting for that. And also the two stories is in the description box. And I want y'all to check that out too. Also, I posted another story in the chat. There's very alarming things that's really happening in the Trump administration. And also, excuse me, and also I'm you know, I'm taking it 1 minute at a time, my brother. I'm taking it 1 minute at a time. Thanks for asking. Taking 1 minute at a time. I appreciate it. Thanks for asking. And we better pay attention what's going on. I know quite a few other people be saying they don't want to pay attention what's going on. They don't want to know it. You better pay attention because I call this President Armor Crush 45. He is putting especially America in harm's way, but also our people. And we gotta talk about this. Talking about trading goods, talking about doing business of other nationalities. I will talk about that in a few. I know there are some friends that we know of. It should be somewhere in November, but I don't know which week yet. It should be somewhere in November. Yeah, I should know about that within a few days. Thanks for asking. Yeah, within a few days I should know. So back to New York. So I was in New York in September. Now I know so I know we might be back in New York. Yeah. So appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. If nobody ain't come right now 2 minutes, cause it's going on 50, it's going on 14 minutes. I'm gonna get it cracking because I can't wait. People just have to, catch on the rewind. So we're trying to wait for some more people. Give about might be but 2 more minutes. Appreciate that, scrapbook. And keep on doing your thing too. Keep on doing your thing about boxing. But we definitely have to know. A few of us do think we know about boxing, but now we don't know about boxing. Everybody talk about this knuckle boxing, knuckleheads boxing. That been going on for a long time, but we don't want to talk about it. But I know we do. Prize fight, no prize fight happening right now. Didn't happen. Just don't talk about it. We don't want to go back. We just want to stick on like maybe 25, 30 years of boxing, but we don't want to expand more than that. And I appreciate you doing that. And the racism and a lot of money that was lost. And certain fighters had to crawl and fight to get a championship for almost 2 decades. Like the late great Archie Moore. So I appreciate that. And the other black fighters had to fight on each other because there's other white fighters that don't want to fight them. So I appreciate that. Like I said, I know a little something. I know a little something. And I appreciate that. And the unsung heroes of some of these fighters had to endure that bring prominence of boxing too, back in the days too, that we don't like talking about. Appreciate that. You know what? We're going to get this going right now. Thanks again, Scrapbook Boxing, to come through. Thanks for staying. You see the title. The first story that I posted, it was this one of the U.S. diplomats. He was talking about the troubled stories about Ukraine. Now, people that don't hear that don't know. The United States was going to send money to Ukraine to fight against Islam. And what happened? Orange Crush 45. He knows that the money supposed to go to Ukraine. He would hold that money so Ukraine could investigate former Vice President Biden's son. His name is Hunter. And that's illegal. And so this U.S. diplomat came to Congress and he gave a very disturbing. Thank you. Oh, what's up, Red Amicons? That's good. Thanks for coming. Stay right there. Appreciate you. Long time see you. So get back what I'm saying. And I want y'all to check out the two stories that I put in the description box, please. Very much appreciated in the stream yards. And he gave disturbing report that Orange Crush 45 was trying to do to Ukraine. And why does that apply to us? Because we have certain ones in Ukraine that's being in our community and selling their goods. Now, if they know that the United States has turned against them, what you think they're going to do to us? They're going to come after us because they feel that this country turned against them. And our national security is little by little is broken. And with us as Africans in this country, we better realize it and we got to protect our own. And I am sick and tired. Some of our people do not want to take this seriously. Do not want to take this politics very seriously. But I'm going to take it on. And this is much, much more. We better pay attention what's going on in politics. I know everything on TV is, I'm not going to say everything. Most of the stuff is whack. I get it. But right now, we better pay attention to it. Because it's coming down the pipe. And trust and believe. There are other, and we got to understand, there are also Ukraine diplomats in this country. They will turn against us as they will turn against America. And what do you think they will do to our community? And then we have to understand that some of our people have friends in different nationalities. And we better think about that too. They could do something to us. And I'm talking about the ones who's diplomats in different countries that settled in this USA. They could do something to us, domestic terrorists, and they could go to their country and be free. And there are some that live among us. If y'all can hear me, press 1, please. And we're not taking heed to that. If y'all can hear me, press 1. We don't want to take the time to read between the lines. We don't want to take the time to understand the trades and the goods that's going to each country, and why our people globally is still suffering. We don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. We don't understand to educate ourselves that there are some countries that don't like us as a people, but we still buy the goods, we still buy the clothes, we still buy the stuff. We don't want to expand to create our own and make sure to keep the money in our community. Make sure to hide our own and to understand that the culture got to stay in our community. But we want to keep on leasing it out. So we got to have a strong, united front globally now. So again, we better know what's going on in our community. We better know what's going on globally. We better know what's going on in politics. Because in 2000, less than 2 months from now, it's going to be 2020, they actually said that our vote is going to determine who's going to be the next president. more than ever. More than ever. So we better understand it. If y'all can hear me, press 1, please. Y'all can hear me, press 1. Hold on. Yes. Tell everything. Right now, we can say everything. So I'll post the stories, and there's going to be other stories going to come out that deals with this impeachment of Orange Crush 45. Okay, cool. Thank you, Aaron Collins. You gave me 2 scrapbook, press 1. And so we better pay attention. We better have discussions. Oh, I forgot to put this down. Stop me. So we're gonna get into this. I don't know why people ain't coming into it. It's probably YouTube, as always, you know. So, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And also, we better understand that this Orange Crush 45 has made when these certain countries was our enemies like China and North Korea. We better understand too, they also have diplomats too in this country. And they can form and turn against us too. So we have to understand that too. And I know we have Chinese restaurants in our community. There are certain parts of this USA in our community. We still have certain people in Ukraine, they have stores in our community. And the sad thing about it, for a long time, they has not respected us. And we have to think about friendships too. We really have to have discussions about this. I'm telling you, family, this is something that is very, very serious. And I know, Aaron Collins, you do security, so you have to be extra careful. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be praying for you. So you be careful out there, brother. You be careful out there. You know, those who deals with security and our brothers and sisters who is in law enforcement. Then we're gonna talk about, now we're gonna go get into it and talk about domestic terrorists. As you know, there are quite a few domestic terrorists that happened for a long time, especially against our people And in this USA has not do nothing about it. The only time they do something about it, that is some they quote unquote say, people of color. But they had not to protect our people. We have always had to fight among ourselves. And this is a growing academic for our community, for our community, for our people, for centuries. And we better talk about it. You're welcome anytime. And we better have discussions on that too. Yeah, there are certain groups in our community around this country that protect themselves, but it had to be collectively. It cannot be one sector here and one sector there. We had to develop a mindset to protect our home. It goes hand in hand with what I'm talking about before. But again, quite a few of our people don't want to hear that. But it's okay. But we have to get real serious. We have to let our kids know what's going on too. The war's not over. Some of us be thinking, oh, it's multi-colonialism. Nah, still got to fight. Still got to fight what we believe in. It's all good that we can walk. We walk in the streets, want to be free. We think you really think we are really free as people? Nah, we ain't really free. They are still have these watered down domestic terrorist amendments. It's not really protect our people. Instead of these white nationalists has killed us for centuries, they got the nerve to make up laws, like 3 years ago against black extremists. These are the ones some of the ones that fight against white nationalists that's killing our people. And we still have Congress still have a hard time to draw up a bill or amendment, whatever you say, to protect us. But it's so funny, like I always say, that we protect this country, right? But they were talking about the immigrants. They're talking about everybody else except us. And that pissed me off. We don't want to even talk about that. But these are the same people who have brutalized us for a long time too. There are quite a few nationalities have been under the leadership of white nationalists. And I'm talking about some of us as a people and people of color. We ain't gonna talk about the rest of the nationalities because we already know how they stand. And they hurting us in all forms. Then we also have to think about the safety too. Even like some of our brothers and sisters that work for the government, they have to think about it. They have to think about their safety, how they travel, what front they're going to take to. Also, we have to think about the Olympics. It's coming up, next year. As the people from this country is going to be protected, especially our brothers and sisters is going to be protected in the Winter Olympics and the Summer Olympics too. Because we're talking about domestic terrorists in the United States, yeah. But what about the global terrorists? Because white nationalism it's global for a long time. We got to talk about that too. Do we have enough protection that we can protect our brothers and sisters when they travel? And there are certain countries that looks like us. Are they going to be in alignment to we protect each other too? Are we going to home our brothers and sisters too? Are we going to make sure they get back safely? It doesn't make a difference we in the United States or other countries around the world. But some of you they ain't trying to hear what I say. They don't want to because it's boring to them. But you better think about it. Then we gotta talk about the military too. Then I talk about the brothers and sisters. Main event Mark, what's good? Thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Then we had to talk about that. I always talk about the brothers and sisters in the government. What about the ones in the upper echelons that work for the government? Hmm? Do they understand what's going on? Do they understand that of their color, the policies could turn against them? So this national security cover all fronts. There's breakdown of domestic terrorists and global terrorists, white nationalists. Better talk about better get our grind up. And everybody, people just want to talk about, stop blaming the system, stop blaming the system. Okay. We gotta do for ourselves, yeah. But we better understand what the system really represents. Because majority is systematic. But some of our people do not want to talk about it or counter against it. Everybody's really trying to scare us, and they're trying to scare you. Just putting it out there. You got to stop thinking that, this is don't pertain to us, pertain to all of us. It reminds me of sports, how back in 1936. Thank you. Appreciate that. My arms the one finally got through. Thank you. We don't understand how this white nationalist club in all shapes and forms back in 1936. The late great J.C. Owens had defeated. And look what happened to him. Why does the national security protect him? And the one came second. I forgot his first name, but McCaff. He was a creator of the Black Congressional Body with the late great Shirley Chisholm back in the early 1970s. He became congressman. Back in he was in Chicago. I don't think he's from Chicago, but he was moving up. And he became the same class as Jesse Owens. Then over 20 years later, after 1936, I believe in the mid-50s, he's supposed to get a special award. I know I said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. He had to go through a side door, but he helped defeat the Nazi race. You know, they always say that, the Jews got slaughtered. Yeah, that's true, well, indeed, but they never say that in Germany they were slaughtering us in the 1800s. Look it up. So this world always has slaughtered us of the global terrorists and especially domestic terrorists for centuries. So we gotta talk about national security in all fronts. And I'm glad to hear Mom's the one, because maybe you didn't hear it, but they are diplomats in this country. They're getting tired of Orange Crush 45 and they spilling the beans. And us as a people, we better pay attention to it. Now, again, I say this, I don't have a dog in the fight of the Democrat or Republican, because they never did anything for us anyway. But I can say this though, he needs to be impeached. And like Mom's the one from New York and I'm from New York, we know Trump. They can say all they want. There are some stories out here that he is the first white president. What you think they just said? I can tell you what he's the first white nationalist president. And there are some his followers or his base going to say, "Oh, you know, he just wants the best." No, he don't. He pushing that rhetoric. He pushing this, and he knows what he's doing. So when you do the shopping, you better look at the labels. I always say read the labels. You better look at the labels, and you better know that it's come from USA. If it doesn't come from USA, you gotta think about it. Even USA too, that have relationships of these countries. That's why I'm going to reemphasize. I said this before. That's why we gotta create our own black-owned money stay in our community. I know we heard that. That's like a Bible. That's like repeating, but it's more than ever. We gotta help each other out. Because if it's up to Trump, I'm laying it right now. He gonna try to make this country as a third world war. He gonna try to make this the capital of white nationalist state. And I know that a lot, especially our people, do not want that. It's going to cover business. It's going to cover law. Every source of life we think about, it's going to cover that. So we better have discussion on these. I'm telling you, better know the law and judicial, and also these amendments. And I'm talking about globally too. United Nations, NATO, and all of that. Because Russia, right this minute, they penetrate. Yep. You're right, Mom's the one. Yep. And then you got some Republicans right now. Not enough. You got some Republicans right now. They seeing what's going on. They better think about themselves. They better think about their constituents in their district. Because people get tired. Now, there's class comes into it, yes. But I can tell you this much. White nationalists is playing a big role. It been a roaring lion. It been a wow, wow, wow. It been a little lion for a long time. Now it's a roaring lion. Well, tell me for our people, it's been a roaring lion for a long time. But for other people, it's been a little lion. Now it's a roaring lion for them. And we better understand that some of these most of these laws that they want to protect, they want to fight against domestic terrorists. We better think again. They can protect us. Because if they've been want to protect us, we've been protected for centuries. I'm gonna pick up a gun and bang. I'll pick up a gun and bang what? Do you know the laws? Do you sit down and go through it? Do you sit down and watch TV? Read between the lines? Beloved, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. How you gonna pick up a gun? You say I'm militant, but you don't know what you're fighting for. You don't know the rules. You don't know the regulations. You don't even know. See, that's why I respect the Black Panthers so much, because they was educational and they militant. They know what they doing. And we got to get back into it. There are some brothers and sisters, they say, I ain't carrying a gun no more because I'm gonna get. You better think about that. There should be quite a few people that listen to this information. Anybody that have the tool to share this out, please share it out, please. If you can. If you can't, you can't. Share this out. I already shared it, but share it out. Because this message need to be bring out. We better talk about this. And I ain't talking about outside. I'm talking about inside the house. I know sometimes we like to have fun and have a good time. Not saying nothing wrong with it. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Should be balanced. But the issue that I'm talking about and what I'm seeing, I know what you're seeing, we better talk about it very, very seriously. And see, and then we ain't talking. I forgot to bring this up. And then we got the white nationalists. They kidnap our kids, but they kidnap adults. They go in and take us somewhere and cut us up and take our organs. And you think they'd be out on it? No. That's a terrorist center. National security. It's not just terrorists, that's just domestic, that's global. They've been doing this for a long time. But we don't even want to talk about that. We don't want to take precaution. We don't want to talk about safety. I want to have a good time. Come on, I ain't letting them stop you yet. You better think about that. When you leave out of work and everything all dark and stuff, what do you think? And they're not just doing it in the dark, they're doing it in the daytime too, when it's quiet. So when you have your kids, or you with your kids, and you with your family, and even kids listen to me, you listen to your parents. If they go to the bathroom, you stay at that bathroom door. If you want to do shopping, make sure they don't go to the next aisle. You make sure they be there with you at all times. You have to let them know that you are the boss, that you look out, listen to them. Because what society has said, they actually let the kids know, no, you don't have to listen to a grown up. They listen to you. You could check, you could change your sexuality because they want to make police tell you free, you can do whatever you want. No, can't do whatever you want. Because no matter what happens, whatever that some of us want to change, believe me, this system going to do whatever they can to work into their favor, to turn against us. So whatever we do, whatever we think, or whatever we do, we got to be spiritual, cultural, and social sound. Let me say it again: spiritual, culturally, and socially sound at all times. Ain't no game out here. Everything that we do has got something to do with national security and of our people. Everything. We should never put the baton down. We got to keep on that baton and fight. Go to these events and everything. Forget all that. You stick. I mean, a lot of us, no, we not going. We want to go here. You meet us later. No, we all sticking together. If they don't want to do it, I'm not dealing with you. We not want to stick together. We gotta learn to do things together as a family. We gotta stop doing separate things. That's our problem too. That I'm talking about going out, I'm talking about outside. Make a decision, okay, this we're gonna do this, and this we're gonna do that. And even the kids have to understand they gotta fall along what the adults say. This is not the time to try to have a whole lot of options and make a lot of decisions because that's what the system wants us to be. They want us to be confused. They want us to be this way and that way instead of just be one way. And I know there are some people outside that get mad what they say. You can get mad if you want to. Just trying to save our people. Safety is very important. By numbers, it's important. Our national security of our people would be intact. You go in the doorway, you go in the restaurant, you go in the group, we is in the group. Not no one half a group eat right there and another half the group eat right there. Groups and numbers are very important. Now I know that, you go certain places, you be separated as a family, there's certain place you gotta go. I'm not talking about that. That's understandable. But it cannot be every time. Our national security for our people got to be highly classified. It's got to be highly classified. And what I'm talking about is the mindset. We gotta stop running our mouths too much. Certain things gotta be underground. Gotta learn to get back to protocols again. Talking to codes, talk about codes, codes. We gotta learn to work on to be together as a black man and black woman. We gotta learn to set our differences. We gotta develop family again. We gotta learn to procreate again. If you're a stepbrother or you're a stepfather, you're a godmother, you're a godmother, you're a godfather's uncle, whatever it is. God set the tone. Mother, father, God set the tone. And the kids have to understand that you are the law. And you want the best for them. And they have to be in alignment with that. That's part of national security for our people. Of certain things, we got to get back to the old ways again. If y'all can hear me, press 1, please. If y'all can hear me, press 1. Like I always said, we got to work within the system to gain our system. There's no doubt about that. But let's take that to use for our benefit as people. Okay, cool. Gab, the voice, thanks for coming. Our national security for our people got to be united and strong. I don't care what class of you in of our people. Got to be in alignment with that. We got to stop thinking separate. Instead, let me reframe that. When we think separately, that means that we're not getting nowhere. But when we think collectively, that's when we get somewhere. Start listening to some of our people be thinking, oh yeah, we don't need to do this. We don't need some of our people. We don't need that. Yes, we do. Now, I ain't talking about the ones that are very detrimental to our community. Yeah, they got to go. But I'm saying like this though. Again, our national security of all fronts of our people is broken. The family unit is broken. Our culture is broken. Our spirituality is broken. Our socially is broken. Now, not talking about the ones in the chat, you're good, but the ones outside. If that don't alarm you, something's wrong with you. This is not the time to try to play who's right or wrong. This is the time that we gotta have united front in every way. Again, the one just came in. I want you to go check in the description box. I post two two stories that I want you to hear. One from CNN and one from YouTube that I pull up. That white nationalists in the 1800s was creating a white nationalist country. And this was in Wilmington, North Carolina. And to this day, that the librarians do not want people to know about that. So who do you think they got that from? And I want you to listen to it. And I even posted another story in the chat. And that's our problem too. Quite a few of us want to be doggone smart, but you don't want to put in the work. We let finances get in the way of the movement of our people, national security. Anybody could pick up a gun, but what are you fighting for? Do you know what freedoms that we fighting for? Do you know what laws? Do you know what our ancestors have fought for in the past? I'm just pissed off. I know you're pissed off too. We don't want to reach out to ones that is trying. You want to reach out to ones that sound good. That look nice. We don't care about substance. And again, let me put this out. The ones who's doing the work, and I understand that. You know, you're trying to kind of look nice, you know what I'm saying? I understand that, and the ones who's put out the work, who brought that work, not talking about y'all. So please, y'all keep on doing what you gotta do, and that's an absolute thing. Keep on doing. See, national security for our people. Yeah, you can read about it. It shouldn't be about books. It's what you have. Are you willing to what price you willing to pay? That's how I urge people all the time throughout my channel. When I had my fellowship, when I had the fellowship live, Gabby, you know what I'm talking about. Aaron Combs, you know what I'm talking about. Muhammad, you know what I'm talking about. Because y'all been part of it. It's all about us as a family stick together and solve our own problems. The black man and the black woman, and the kid and our kids. Even when you don't have no kids. Black one, the black one, cousins, aunts, uncles, you name it. Oh, there are some people don't even have, like, they live by themselves, you invite them over. This ain't no game to me. It's a purpose. When me and She Stay Sleep, when we had we did the sports shows, and we present you what these people had, in sports had done well in the system. They had to overcome a lot. Shout out to She Stay Sleep. When I hit you with the music part, underrated music talk, I bring, me, and it's all about me. And me and others, we present you a music of an origin of Africa, globally. Yeah, even after you had the fort, they made sure that our art of Africa, our music, could be prominent throughout this world. Because I have help from others. Ain't all about this. Ain't all about the underrated one. Believe that. My channel represent varies of things. But the one thing I can tell you this, and I don't care what anybody think about me, I'm going to represent our people. I'm going to do whatever I can. Always going to create within myself. But after that, I'm going to give it out. And salute to beloved. Thanks for coming. I don't know why some of people think we got it made. I understand, I don't get that. We ain't got nothing made. We even got scholars in the past was talking about white nationalists, white supremacy, talking about how their security is formed, and we still don't want to get the picture. Gabby, you understand this? Elijah Muhammad passed away in 1970. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that long ago. Malcolm X passed away in 1965. That wasn't that long ago. The late great James Baldwin, he passed away in the 80s. That's not too long ago. Francis Scott Wesson, that's not too long ago. And countless of others. Not too long ago. They talking about how they had to overcome. Oh, I'm just saying that we need to get our grind on, man. Goes for me too. Everything I'm saying goes for me too. We got to get back to the substance, man, of our people. We got to learn to love each other and learn from each other. And we better understand what this system is, man. And I know it's going to be some people who don't look like us. What about us? They slaughter us and everything. You know what? I am so sorry to have me, y'all. But welcome to our club. We've been getting slaughtered for centuries and centuries and centuries, and we still here fighting. And some of y'all have to understand this. See, y'all was dipping in this system so much, they reward you so much, and look what happened to y'all. But y'all don't want to be with us and united front to fight against the system. And I'm talking about some of our people too. We all can get along, right? We had to defend against the odds in this system around the world. And until this day, we still not being counted for. That's what I always say. We have to get back to value ourselves, to value our fellow brother, our fellow our black men and black women. Sakara Ali, they don't want to hear about her. Harriet Tubman, Lena Horne. I heard Angela Davis passed away, but I had mixed feelings about that. I wish the family, I think our condolences. Francis Scott Weston, Nikki Giovanni, not just a few women that stuck up far right for our people. And the ones I mentioned, there are actually women and other nationalities had women that came after them. And they stood up. In salute of our queens, the past and the present. They are still fighting for our rights for our people. I wish I see a lot more. I really do. Same thing for men. But I believe there are some. Because if they take away your job, if they take away your career, they take away your house, what else you going to have to stand for? National security, that's all I know. We got to get our national security up. And the ones who came in late, you can catch it on the rewind. Oh, Art Newsom, what's good? I'm just pissed off, man. I'm pissed off, man. I listen to our ancestors. Our national security is down, man, of all levels, domestic and globally. President Trump is using this system, using this world, especially this country, as a violin. And they play the white nationalist tune. And some of our people fall for it. And it's not a good tune. We separate as a black man and black woman. We're more separated now. And we have to understand again. We got to create our own national security for our people. Because this country is not going to protect us. They're going to protect us, but they're not going to protect us. I have to re-emphasize that again because I said this before, but I'm going to say it again. If we don't understand each other's value as a people, no matter what status we're in, we're genociding ourselves. each of us can bring something to the table. Let's stop getting caught up with this wicked system of things. And get our priorities straight. At the end of the day, just fight. Because we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to our family. And definitely we owe it to our nation. Whatever's left. And the ones who was not willing to fight, they had to go. So easy to say that, oh, they're causing tyranny against our people and stuff. We got to stop ourselves. Yeah, that's well and good. And then you're right. Yeah, there's a systematic is really happening. And we don't want to talk about it. Can't talk about the white man. Can't talk about the white women. Because they're not going what's going on. Okay. We better talk about it. Because they doing a doggone good job on us. And that's why we fight among each other. And why we let them off the hook. Like I said, it's always good to quote books. Want to be smart. And I'm going to keep on saying that. And I'm going to keep on saying that no matter what y'all don't like it. And I ain't talking to the ones in the chat. I'm talking to the ones outside. And I don't care. I don't care you don't like it. But you're going to hear it. Anything that deals with our people, that deals with national security. I know some of us has different mindset of certain things of our people. I get it. But I can tell you one thing that we should never be indifferent of us as a people to unite. Like I always said, one flag, one people, one flag, one people. We should be in one alignment of that. We should never be siding of anything than that. Never. We gotta stop having the singular mindset of our people. Instead, we have to have a collective mindset to mobilize. Everyday mathematics gotta come back in our community. The cipher has to come back of everyday life in our community. And again, everything I'm saying, it goes for me too. It goes for me too. I'm soaking all this in too. Arm Crush 45 don't care except themselves and family. Now, if the other ones want to go sailing down with this they can go right ahead. But that don't have to be our people. And also we gotta develop a stronger safety net for the, for each other too. That goes right along with what I'm talking about, the national security of us. Because when we start loving each other and have that certain conviction in each other, we don't mind the fight. We don't mind to sit down and talk and conversate and converse. Because if we don't, this system of they white nationalists, they're going to build up a stronger front and at the same time a stronger devilish security front, national and globally front. Continue to fight. That's all I know. Continue to fight, people. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. So, the ones who came in late, Brother Arthur, Professor, thanks for coming. Very much appreciated. StreamYards, it takes like, I believe, like 40, 45 minutes to process. I want to thank y'all so much, the ones who came in. Appreciate that. And again, let's develop our own national security for our people on all fronts. And we better pay attention to politics, what's going on. But there are certain signs it's happening, and we're not picking it up. And also we're not using for the benefit of our people. So let me, and the ones listening from outside, thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Oh, put it up too much on. Scrapbook Boxing, thanks for coming. The Real Aaron Collins, thanks for coming. Have seen you in a while. Come back. Thanks for coming. Main Event Mark, LBBC, stands for Lifestyle Boxing and Basketball Community. Thanks for coming, as always. Come back. Beloved, Monique Hill, as always, Queen. Thank you so much. Come back. The one and only Muhammad's the one, the junior elder for our community. Stay strong, brother. Get well. Thanks for coming. Also come back. Gab Talk Media, the voice for our community. Always thank you for support. Come back. Art. I can say art. The professor of our community. For your always thank for your constant support. And I'm talking about the ones outside. You don't have to hear me. All you have to do, just listen. All you have to do, just see what's going on. Pay attention. And to understand this, of these diplomats that Donald Cost 45 working with, these are the ones that be in our community, that conversate in our community. We gotta have a national security united front against them. Because sooner or later, they're gonna work in conjunction of this oppressed system. No matter where you at. We all gotta protect our own. And the ones that is listening, y'all start having these domestic terror attacks against y'all. Hope y'all be okay. But just remember, y'all be just getting it. We be getting it for centuries. And it's still no justice. And we still fight for justice. Remember that. Have a good day, family. Be safe out there. This one is Ghost.